right. Again, this is, of course, Midcard Mono. We got over here Sam Keola, the Wrestling Connoisseur. We got over here Loose Cannon. And we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that's been going on in specifically New Japan, but I guess some other non-WWE promotions as well. But my thing is New Japan. So, of course, there's been a lot of talk since even at Wrestle Kingdom 12, the sort of, I don't want to say decaying or depressing state, but I mean just we're seeing a lot more dissent within one of its most popular factions, the Bullet Club.
Yeah, let's talk about the Bullet Club.
So this might be a Manao video, actually.
Yeah.
So the state of the Bullet Club today, which I'm sure there are thousands of videos already on YouTube, but we're gonna try and be special.
Of course, we all know the background of the Bullet Club.
Started by Prince Devitt.
Yeah, which is known as Balor now. And from what I remember specifically, him and Fale started before it was Bullet Club.
Yeah,
it was
supposed to be a stable or built up from foreign heels in New Japan.
Yeah, and then so, Anderson joined
Irish, Tongan,
yeah,
American. Eventually Canadian.
I just remember when Devitt first turned heel, I remember him with Fale. And I don't remember Anderson and Tonga with him yet. But then, next thing you know, Anderson and Tonga joined.
Because Fale, he would come out on Fale's shoulders.
Yeah. And then they made the Bullet Club, which was a great name for it.
Yeah.
And kind of establishes this American foreigner concept because America loves guns.
Even though he wasn't American. Sorry, I have to.
You got something on your nose.
I just
reached up and touched your.
Yeah. Anyway. Swipe left.
Yeah. So, make sure we're still recording.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So they started with the 4, then they added Luke Gallows, and from there I'm not sure who was next. But it was...
I want to say the Bucks were next.
The Bucks. And then...
Silence.
I don't...
So the young Bucks came in. Eventually, of course, AJ Styles came in.
Yeah, when Balor left.
When Balor left to AJ go to NXT.
Balor, the only leader to have left that didn't get ousted, so to speak.
I mean, he technically did. Someone else commented on one of our other videos. They did turn on him. So the Young Bucks turned on him.
Oh, see, I don't remember that, but yeah, I think you're right.
So the Young Bucks double super kicked him.
Oh.
Right out of the Bullet Club. And it's an AJ Styles took over.
And then AJ come in. And then, when AJ left, Kenny Omega, who had already become
Kenny led the Revolution against him.
Yeah.
And
Anderson and Gallows did not want to, oost AJ. I remember that.
Yeah, but then
they didn't give their approval right away.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then they all joined.
Machine Gun wants answers. That was I still remember that to this day. Every time I see him, I just think Machine Gun wants answers.
I love Carl Anderson. He's my favorite. In my opinion, hands down, he's probably the best
funny because,
heel wrestler today.
Because I mean,
he doesn't get to show it
aesthetically compared to Gallows. He's tiny.
Yeah,
he's tiny.
He's an average sized guy.
Yeah,
to be honest, he's average size. He's like 6 foot, 6'1".
I think he's taller than Balor also.
Oh yeah, he is. I mean, he's an average wrestler size.
Yeah,
but Gallows is like
huge.
He's like 6'9".
Can't teach that.
Yeah, right. Because okay, you have Gallows, who's like 6'9", 300 pounds, and they say, well, he's 6'9", 300 pounds. And then you have Cass, who's like 6'9" and 300 pounds, and he's 7'11". But then they face off against each other, and they're like dead on even. And then you have Kane come out, who is like 6'9", and he's 7 foot tall monster. And then you have Big Show come out, who is like, I think
12 feet tall.
Like in real life,
yeah.
He's like not, but he's 7'2", and they're all like the same height in the ring. And I guess when Gallows gets in there, he kind of like. But Gallows he's huge.
He is. He's gigantic.
He's a big guy that they.
And I mean, it was also evidenced in New Japan because everyone else is also short there.
But they don't sell him as this giant of a guy, and he gets in there, he actually sells for
everybody. Which is Oh God, he does.
I'm hoping out of all this that he actually gets, because Gallows is young, believe it or not. Festus, his horseshoe hair from real life. everybody thought he was like 50 years old.
Yeah, no, he's
and he was like 23 when he was Festus.
No, he was very young.
So,
He's been wrestling for quite some time, but he still has a lot of good years left in him
for a long time to come, in my opinion.
I genuinely hope so. Can't see me is why.
Yeah.
Can't see me is why.
So yeah, two recent incarnation was Kenny Omega, who led the attack on AJ.
Yes.
Brought in the Elite.
The Elite. The Elite.
And then we kind of had, I'm not sure how recent it was. I think it was this last G1 where Tama Tonga had issues with Kenny.
Tama Tonga did mention that he felt like how the Bullet Club has changed since...
Because they had the Elite in there.
The beginning.
Like, hey, are you Bullet Club or are you Elite?
Yes. So it was very much like he brought up a lot of the issues of the fact that Kenny wasn't so much a leader of Bullet Club as much as he was leader of the Elite.
Which is true.
which is a smaller faction of the Bullet Club. So it's like being president of this or like being mayor of a town, but also having to be governor of a state.
Yeah.
I guess where you are tasked with being the main leader, but your focus is so much. Lead. Yeah, but your focus is so much on this one small portion of it.
So I bring that up,
and that was something that they had kind of.
It was recent.
Kind of quashed after a while, like they'd come to some sort of tenuous peace, and then Cody Rhodes, who was probably I think the most recent member to join the Bullet Club, in a big way at least anyway, comes in and really starts to stir that pot again.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch a lot of Being the Elite and stuff, they threw in some kayfabe storyline stuff where Kenny had a crush on Brandy and Brandy's looking up Kenny's DMs and stuff like that. But then it really comes down to
of little things that Cody's done.
Little ribs back and forth.
Cody, without a doubt, probably the best heel in the business right now.
I don't know if I'd say in the business, but I'd say definitely as far as this.
Definitely indie wise, but
because I would fight that Suzuki is pretty great too.
Suzuki is great, but I think Cody he's definitely doing better stuff than anything in WWE.
Oh yeah, I mean just
like I don't know if you've seen all like the little things that they've Elites posted with things like Cody getting one of the Young Bucks phones and see like Kenny's calling it, turns it off, and stuff like that.
No, I mean, and it's really good heel work, but I feel like also this is leading more to an ousting of Cody Rhodes than it'll
be interesting to see
an ousting of Kenny Omega. I think Cody's gonna end up being called on a lot of this stuff because they're gonna realize that Cody Rhodes has slowly been trying to poison everyone, whereas Kenny's just sort of like, you know what, because there was something that they specifically said in one of the Being the Elite videos where Kenny is just like, you know, I'm just gonna take myself out of this equation. I don't know what you guys want to do, but I don't feel comfortable being part of this anymore. If you guys feel animosity towards me, so he actually took himself out of that equation.
Kenny has definitely turned face.
Oh God, Kenny's been face for a good long time now.
Like official face, because since he was kicked out, and
guess
they restarted the
Golden Lovers.
Yeah, so
my favorite wrestler, actually, honestly, in the world today.
But I did notice, like, coming up, there are some Bullet Club versus Bullet Club matches.
Yes, Honor Rising. They had the first night of Bullet Club versus Bullet Club matches. So last night they did have.
Was it last night?
Yes, last night our time. Anyway, so it was
Kenny and the Bucks.
Kenny, Kota Ibushi and Chase Owens.
Oh.
Versus there's an interesting choice. Versus Cody, Hangman Page, who had some beef with Kenny after Kenny dropped. I love Hangman.
Totally Cody. He's Cody's henchman.
Yes.
So
100%.
I do feel like we're going to split.
And the third member of that team, Marty Scurll.
Which is interesting because Marty has been
very pro Kenny. Also,
yeah, he has been pro Kenny, especially from ROH.
And he's been also very very sympathetic towards Kenny. Mm-hmm. When they had something on Being the Elite, and we're going to talk about Being the Elite a lot because it feeds into a lot of this, and I think it's a really great platform for adding storyline to stuff if you're not going to otherwise get to see it on a show.
Right.
So,
which is hard to see a lot of the Japan stuff.
In Being the Elite, they have a really great moment where they have Being the Elite jackets that everyone gets, and it says cast on the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess someone, probably Cody, taped the word out. So it was cast out or outcast or something like that on the back of Kenny's jacket. And the first person that sees it and is actually really upset and feels terrible that someone did that is Marty. Marty's like, well, no wonder he feels like that. Look at what someone did. And Marty's been super sympathetic and has always been really very pro Kenny throughout a lot of their relationship and a lot of him joining the Bullet Club. He's been very pro Kenny. So it's interesting. And in the match itself, actually, he was hesitant to fight against Kenny. When Cody tagged him in, he was just like, I don't want to do this. And he goes in the ring and he actually tells Kenny, like, I don't have any problem with you. I don't want to do this. I don't want us to be fighting like this. I don't like this infighting. And even when he actually, they're just like, well, we're just gonna fit it out. It's gonna be fine. And Kenny just sort of like, it's not gonna affect how I feel about you. I know we're still friends. And he goes and tries to do the finger break thing that he always does, and he doesn't. He can't do it. He goes to do it and then he stops. He's just like, I can't do this. Mm-hmm. And basically what happens is, of course, the two people, or the person that's in there to take the fall, Chase Owens, takes the fall from Hangman Page.
Our honorary Tongan.
Yes. No, but it's pretty funny. Takes the fall from Hangman Page, mm-hmm. who has beef with Kenny after he takes away the ability for Hangman to call out Switchblade Jay White after Switchblade won the US IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. And he stops him and he hands over the belt to Switchblade. And I mean, this could have been Hangman's moment. Hangman really wanted,
and that was kind of like,
and when Hangman actually they had the tournament, Hangman was really, really hoping to win.
That was the thing that Cody used to attack Kenny. It was like
he took that away from you. He took your spot. But then the person, so it's usually the person who makes the pin at the end of a match for specifically New Japan gets the last word. Mm-hmm. Hangman makes the pin. Cody takes his last word away. He does. He goes on. He does this whole thing where makes fun of how the Golden Lovers weren't able to win on their first night back as a tag team, and then also goes on to say, Bullet Club is fine, and Bullet Club is mine.
Oh, so is that how it ended?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other interesting thing that I've seen is that to touch back on the Tama Tonga Kenny aspect, where he was like, they quashed that. Mm-hmm. Tama Tonga has made recent comments, not directed at anybody in particular. So you could take it that it's towards Cody. So I'm curious if they're not going to split it up and have like the OG Bullet Club members.
I definitely think that.
And then the Elite. Mm-hmm. And, because I can't see them adding Ibushi to the Bullet Club.
No. Kenny's going to leave the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
As much as it's me.
And I think we'll see Kenny leave. We'll see probably the Bucks leave. And maybe
Marty. I definitely think Marty's going to leave. And then if it's going to end up being led by Cody.
I'm hoping Tama Tonga is the new leader. Honestly.
I would love that.
He should be.
That is what I've wanted for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I love Tama Tonga. I'm all about the bad boy. But they've had, because of course it's Super Card of Honor, mm-hmm. Come running parallel to WrestleMania weekend. They have Cody versus Kenny, and there's all this
amazing.
There's all this stuff that's are you Team Cody? Are you Team Kenny? And then Tama Tonga posted something on his Instagram. He's like, I'm Team Bullet Club, and I was just like, yes. So honestly, if anyone should,
it'll be interesting.
Should take up the helm, it should be Tama Tonga.
Will we see Cody ousted, or will we just see him fall in line?
I think Cody. I don't think Cody will be cowed. You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna have to go.
Yeah.
But I
But
so
I
I
don't know if
think
it'll be immediate
well,
or not.
I think out of this, I think Cody Rhodes is going to be the one to be ousted. Bullet Club is going to stay Bullet Club. The only person that's going to be ousted out of it is Cody, and then everyone else is going to leave voluntarily, and then it's
Yeah,
going to
well, I
be more of
think
a
we'll see
passing the
Elite
torch
leave.
rather than people turning on Kenny to have him leave. I think he will be like, my time with Bullet Club is done.
I think this
I
is
think
gonna...
that the real leader should have been you all along, Tama Tonga. You were the person that, especially because now Kenny's a face, he should definitely acknowledge, Tama Tonga, you're always the one that had the thoughts of the stable in mind over everything else and everyone else. And I think you are the best possible leader. So I think...
Because Japan always has their groups anyway. So I think this is just going to be splitting Elite and Bullet Club, and you'll have those two groups.
Yeah.
Them and Chaos and LIJ and...
Taguchi Japan!
And Suzuki Gun.
Suzuki-gun.
So yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know where Cody's really going to fall in all of this, if he'll still be around.
Cody makes his own stable. That's my theory. Cody will make his own stable.
With who? Juice? Hangman Page?
Definitely Hangman.
I mean, they've kind of established him as Cody's Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
He's the enforcer.
I also love Hangman.
Yeah.
I was excited. So I bought for Cruise of Jericho after I saw Young Bucks, because I saw Young Bucks. I'm like, so if this is their first announcement, it's not going to be their biggest announcement. It's a pretty big announcement, but it's not going to be their biggest. So I'm buy for Bucks now. I'm going to assume that a lot of people that come with the Bucks are going to be being the elite people.
We already
and I've
know
been
it's
right.
Bucks and
Marty, Cody,
Kenny,
Hangman.
I mean, you pretty much have the whole elite crew.
You got Briscoes.
And the
Briscoes are going to be on there.
All the ROH guys. But I just meant for the Bullet
Oh,
Club
yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Conspicuously absent are the other members of the Bullet Club, being Tama Tonga and Tangaroa, who often travel and actually compete at Ring of Honor events.
So it'd be interesting if they end up showing up too.
Can you imagine Briscoes versus
That
Jody?
would be awesome. Yeah.
Jay Lethal is also going to be on board.
I'm surprised WWE hasn't signed Jay Lethal.
I'm not. I'm pretty sure Jay Lethal stayed away for a good long while because of AJ Lee. They used to date.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Awkward. And it didn't end well.
Well, she's not there now. So.
Yeah, but it was funny because he burned CM Punk. I was like, CM Punk, you got my sloppy seconds. And I was like, whoa. I like Jay Lethal a lot.
I do too. I like Lethal.
I think he had a really good match against Marty recently.
Get a second coming of Lethal Consequences.
I would.
You don't remember?
I would buy it.
Yeah, Lethal Consequences.
No, I'd be like,
Jay Lethal and
would I be able
Woods.
would I be able to do it? Yeah, I'd be okay with it. I think I'd be down with it, even done by WWE.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what else is going on in Japan. I haven't kept up with a lot of the.
So in Japan, incredible match they had at one of their last big shows between Hiromu Takahashi, Kamaitachi. He used to wrestle in Ring of Honor when he was on Excursion as Kamaitachi. Versus Ospreay for the belt for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight belt. Incredible match.
I was actually really let down.
I was very sad that he didn't. That Ospreay retained.
Yeah,
but it's like I said, at Wrestle Kingdom 12, anyone else could have won, and the pop would have been huge, and then Ospreay won, and it was dead.
Yeah. I don't know how they kept it on Ospreay in that match. Yeah.
I don't know how they kept it on Ospreay in both matches, frankly.
Yeah. Because I thought for sure he was going to take it.
Yeah, and the place would have exploded if Takahashi won. It's been teased for the past year that Takahashi's been the secret MVP of Los Ingobernables de Japón. And I mean, you see people like Evil getting title shots and Sonata recently, and of course Naito. And you see all these people come up short time and time again. Yeah. But, I mean, Takahashi has been as far as in-ring performance, has been consistently hugely engaging in every single match. And I think we had talked about it in a previous episode where they had it at, I want to say Global Wars, where LIJ fought against The Addiction and some other people from Ring of Honor. And it was either Kaz or Daniels that specifically said, you know,
it was Daniels.
It's not often where you see a foot soldier overshadow a leader.
Yeah.
And then he said specifically, you know, Time Bomb, you have my respect. And I mean, that's huge. Yeah. Especially because he was also the last person to join LIJ, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Also, Naito recently did a tour of the United States. And wrestled for a bunch of different promotions over here, which I'm so jealous I didn't get to see.
I'm a huge Naito fan, so
Naito is your guy in LIJ. Mine is Kamitachi.
And I like Kamitachi too. Who it'll be interesting when he finally goes heavy. I mean, he's gonna be huge. I mean, Japan has potential to have some really great stuff because I mean, eventually, we know that Kenta and Shinsuke aren't going to be in WWE forever.
Yeah.
So they'll, of course, we know.
And we're going to have some
definitely go back to
some pretty Japan, great people that are going to return from excursion within the next year.
Yeah.
So Hirai Kawato, Katsuya Kitamura,
New Japan when he returns.
Even though he's a Noah guy.
Yeah. I think New Japan will swap him up.
They should.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
I hear Bobby Lashley was in talks for New Japan for quite some time also.
Apparently he's going to go WWE though.
We'll see.
So,
we'll see.
Probably be better served if he went there. I can see him fitting into anywhere in New Japan. And, you know.
I also hear that Jeff Cobb might be returning for some more work in New Japan.
But not Elgin.
Elgin is still doing work with New Japan.
Isn't he?
So I guess he
on the outs, so to speak.
He didn't I don't think he re-signed full time per se. Okay. But I think it might
be. It would be a mistake for him not
booked for certain things.
Because apparently he's been burning bridges. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not a good idea.
Which is weird because I thought Michael Elgin was smarter than that, but then I thought a lot of things, and then he badmouthed Jeff Cobb, and now he's dead to me.
I'm not sure what other promotions are.
Us Hawaiians gotta stick together, bro.
What else is going on in Japan? I don't know what All Japan's doing, or Noah, Wrestle One, or Zero One.
I mean, as far as I'm not as familiar with
I used to
promotions
keep up with the
outside
other ones,
of.
But when Muto left All Japan, I quit following it pretty much. I'm surprised they're still around.
They've been having actually some interesting crossovers with All Japan and New Japan actually. At a much smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the lesser known talent of New Japan has been going over wrestling for All Japan, and All Japan's been training some people with the New Japan people. So
there's a lot of talent that started in All Japan. I mean, Sonata, they're in New Japan now.
That's very true. And there's also some people that are now training in All Japan. So last I heard, Cody Hall, Scott Hall's son, is signed to All Japan.
He was in Noah for a while too, yeah.
He was in Noah for a very short while, and he was also in the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Also, about the Bullet Club, Yujiro was the first Japanese member of the Bullet Club, the first non-foreign member.
Isn't he the only Japanese member of the Bullet Club?
Yes. Unless you're counting Peter, his bunny.
Yeah. I'm not.
Because I think she's a member of Bullet Club.
And
of course, Amber Gallows' first chick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They should sign Joey Ryan to the Bullet Club.
Can you imagine? Oh!
He's got a gun.
It's, No, other people that they should sign to Bullet Club. I would honestly love to see a Colt Cabana heel turn Bullet Club.
Oh, that might be interesting.
I like Colt Cabana.
Swagger would be in.
I think that he would be a very interesting heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of had a heel turn. Punk. They did. They're still trying to get him for their All In show, which is going to be in Chicago.
It would be huge if they did, but it'd be good for Punk. I don't know. I think Swagger would be interesting. I think it's get Swagger to.
And then have 2 former WWE.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I'm not sure who else would be good. I don't know.
Jeff Cobb. Book that brown guy.
That's
his hashtag. Book that brown guy.
He would fit in.
He'd be a good enforcer, honestly.
Tossing the Hawaiian guy with the Tongans.
Bruh.
Yeah, so there it is.
Yeah.
Split. They're gonna split them.
There's our Bullet Club theory for the upcoming months.
Because I think they're signed for a while. Yeah.
I think they're contracted to the end of this calendar year.
Is it? Is that all?
So I think they probably are booked up until Wrestle Kingdom of next year.
That's where a lot of their contracts went. But I thought since AJ, Shinsuke, and the Good Brothers left, I thought they had started signing them to longer contracts.
Some of them. I know some of them have opted, and of course some of them have the signing power to be, if they don't get their way, just be like, well, I'm gonna go somewhere else. And so I know Kenny and the Bucks. I know the Bucks specifically.
I think Kenny did sign for
2 years ago or a year ago, signed to a 2-year contract. That was last year and this year, so that at the end of this year it'll be up.
So it could be interesting to see if WWE goes after any of the other Bullet Club members,
or if any of the other Bullet Club members have any interest in going to the WWE.
Yeah, I would have to think that God would, since they live in Florida, and they fly over for everything. Apparently they were after Fale. Fale's already turned them down once because I think he still lives in New Zealand, and he has
he has family in Maui.
Yeah, apparently. I think he has a wrestling school in New Zealand.
When he goes to Maui, bring him cigars and he'll hang out with you. This is actually something that one of my friends posted on his Instagram. You're on Maui? Where? He was like, bring me cigars and I'll tell you. And I was just like,
well, you have to tell me so I can bring you cigars. Didn't think this went through, Fale. Angie will bring you cigars if you come to Big Island.
I will. Smuggle them through TSA and
everything. She'll smoke them for you. So yeah.
So that's the state of Bullet Club, and then some other news around New Japan. I'm glad that the Golden Lovers are back. I'm hoping that this is priming them for...
What's their finisher going to be called?
It was, actually. Did you know that?